Alright, boys, welcome to this podcast. To be honest, I'm not very sure what I'm gonna call this podcast. It's very casual to me, like straight out. I don't think there'll be a upload schedule. I'm just gonna get people that I'm interested in. It may be some business stuff, it may be some deep stuff. I don't know, man. I'm just taking it chill, to be honest. I'm not sure what I want to name this, so maybe give me some names. I haven't made a name already. But today I got on Coach Rohan. He's a fitness content creator. We talk a lot about content side, about the behind the scenes. We talk about being brown. And we talk about a lot of mindset stuff too. So yeah, man. Look, it's a chill podcast. Alright, but let me know if you enjoyed though. Peace out.
Yeah.
Me and the boys stopped our other one. Boys just got busy, you know what I mean? All that stuff. So we stopped our other one. So I just have all this equipment for myself now.
That's sick, bro. yeah. I feel honoured to be the first one.
You're at home now. Alright. First thing I ask, man, who are you? How would you explain yourself?
So I would say I'm Rohan.
Mm-hmm.
How would I explain myself? It's a really good question. 26-year-old content creator, fitness geek, that has gone the other way from majority of the brown population, as I would say.
I like that. You mentioned two things. I was like, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are just like, I see in your niche, which is a fitness niche, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are very much, I'm an online coach first. I do content to get just purely that, just to get clients towards my business, right? But the fact you mentioned content creator first, the fact you even mentioned content creator was like, you have more of a passion for it than I guess most people, right?
100%.
And brown too. That we don't see that much this day, right? We don't see that at all.
I don't really see too many brown content creators. It's a rare thing. Most of the time you see Americans or white people.
Why do you think that is?
Dude, we're so brought up to be engineers.
Yeah.
It's so abnormal for us to go a different route.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, we get a lot of backlash from our parents as well. Like, why are you doing this? You have to show them receipts. Or this is how much money I'm making. This is what's happening.
Sorry,
you're fine.
Yeah, you're good. Go, keep on.
Yeah, like you have to show them so many receipts in order to see if this is something that's going to be successful. However, I feel like when I talk to my mates who are not brown, their parents do whatever
they want.
It's pretty chill.
Yeah, but that's actually very interesting. I think in brown culture, there's that thing where it's like double shame. You know what I mean? Like if you're like in more parent sense, it's like your auntie's gonna watch this, or your uncle's gonna watch this, or this and that, right? So I remember one time, my mom was like, when I was making YouTube videos back in the day, when I started making YouTube videos, it was like out in public, asking these crazy questions, all of that. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is this, right? She's like, I'm not gonna watch your YouTube videos anymore. I'm not watching YouTube videos anymore.
Well, you actually showed her the videos?
No, she just watched it. Like, cause it went from being like Call of Duty cocoms.
Yeah.
It's being at home, like, you don't give a shit about that, right?
Yeah.
So it's whatever, gaming videos, to like actually like being outside and like interviewing people and chatting to people. And it's like how our auntie and uncle's gonna see this, right?
Yeah.
And the interesting thing was, I just told my mom, ever since then, I thought my mom never watched my videos. But then recently, like, family friends came over from like America, and they took them. She took them out and showing them around and all that, and they were like, "Yeah, your mom doesn't stop talking about your YouTube channel." Like that's the first thing she says.
Really?
Like how I have a YouTube channel. I haven't spoken about this yet, but like it's like I was like, damn.
It's a little bit awkward as well, hey.
It is a bit awkward.
The fact that your parents watch your videos, it's a weird thing. Cause like they see a different side of you.
Yep.
Even my sister watches my videos.
Yeah.
But because my sister, because today's Diwali, for example, and we're going to go to the fam's house, and my sister will always talk to me about, oh, you made like this video on Porter and Nando's, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I find it so weird having that conversation around my parents.
Yeah.
Because my dad will ask me like, oh, what is this video? Like, how's it going? And
do they understand it? Do they understand what like?
My dad actually does.
That's same for me. Yeah, my dad actually understands.
Yeah, my dad understands because I got him into the world.
I
got him into like Andrew Huberman.
That's
I
mad.
got into Joe Rogan and shit like that. Bro, can't fool watches everything properly, and he gets it. But he doesn't want to watch my videos.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, look, I'm happy
I get
you don't
it.
watch my videos. I don't really care.
But
my mum has no understanding. Bro.
But they at least get like he at least gets like you can make money off it. So like not money, but like you get like the value that other people get off this too, right?
With my parents, it's not necessarily I dropped out of uni.
Yeah.
So I dropped out of uni. I have had 13 jobs in my life. So I've never necessarily had a stable income or never necessarily had anything stable.
Yeah.
Because I'm not someone who likes to listen to what anyone has to say. I've always been entrepreneurial since day one. You know what I mean? So for my parents, they need to see numbers.
Yeah. A lot of
So
parents.
I have to show them my Stripe account. I have to show them, look, this is how much I made this month. I'm not broke. I'm not going to lose everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Trust me.
You live by yourself too?
I live by myself.
See, a lot of 26-year-olds, at least brown 26-year-olds, they wouldn't, I don't know, like they would stay home for a while, right?
Yeah, dude, 100%.
I know some of my friends, big brothers who stay home, they're like 30 years old.
Oh,
you get until they get married at least, right? That's how it works. You get married.
That's the traditional thing.
Yeah.
Get a mortgage. Have a house and then move out with your partner.
So sorry, cause I need to fix this lens thing. It keeps like.
Are you Indian, bro?
I'm Nepalese.
No, I thought so.
Yeah, I don't look like.
Because you don't look Nepalese.
Yeah.
But you don't look. But you look Indian. And I couldn't tell. I'm like, you're too dark to be Nepalese.
Yeah.
So I was tripping out. But then I saw your granddad, and I was like, I confirmed
the hat, right?
the Nepalese.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah. Well, I look I don't know. I'm like, I guess that's where I grew up, right? I guess it's like very middle of China and India.
Yeah.
I guess it's like very central. What were we saying again? We were saying.
We're talking about moving out.
Moving out, yeah. When did you move out?
So I moved out in August of last year. So I was 24 when I moved out.
Were you like dying to move out, or was that thing like you said my age, right? 20.
Yeah.
You were like, I want to move out.
At 20?
Yeah, not at 20, but like you were kind of like just waiting for it. Like you know what I mean? You were kind of like.
See, I was pretty. I got moving out was very normalized for me at a younger age.
Yeah,
because my sister actually moved out when she was 21.
Oh, that helps.
And then I was like, okay, look, if she can move out, then I'm sure I can move out.
Yeah.
It just needs to get to a point where I have some stability. But the issue was because I never had a legitimate job for longer than 6 months. I never had stability.
Yeah.
And the way I made money was stock trading. Like I was just day trading or swing trading.
Yeah.
That was the way I was always making money.
And that's where your parents probably would understand like how the fuck.
100%.
Yeah.
What the fuck's happening? On top of that, like I had a few businesses going on, and at that time I was still doing coaching on the side, but it wasn't a full-time gig. It was just like I had maybe like 5 or 6 clients. I was charging like $20 a week. Making fuck all money.
Yeah.
But I never really had that financial stability until I started taking day trading a little bit more seriously. That's when I was like, okay, you know what? Now I can fucking move out.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I guess it's like, last year's like you kind of like you didn't have a financial stability, but you kind of were just okay with, all right, I failed at this business, I'm gonna start this one. That didn't work, I'm gonna start this. You're okay with trial and error, right?
Dude, I've had multiple businesses.
Yeah.
I've had a drop shipping business. I've had a clothing company.
Yeah.
I've done I failed coaching 3 times.
Yeah.
So it was always like lessons. Like, what can I learn?
Yeah.
When I did the clothing company, my learning lessons were my ego was in the way.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the one thing that got in the way. My ego got in the way that I believe a product, like whatever product I put out will work, instead of reverse engineering it.
Yeah.
And putting an idea out there, seeing how many people will like it. You know what I mean? So like,
because people don't follow the clothes nowadays, right? They follow the idea behind it.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
follow all that, like, the storyline. I think storyline is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah.
And then with coaching, like I fell out of love with it 3 times.
Oh wow. Right.
And then I had a drop shipping company where we created something called Essential Blend, and it was a on the go protein or pre-workout mixer with a USB-C cable. Like I'm still ashamed we never went ahead with it because I thought it was a cracker
that's
product.
like kind of niche, you know what I mean?
Bro, badly. Like I thought it was such a good product.
Yeah,
But we just didn't have the capital for it.
Yeah, see, what we did was I started a shopping business 2 while ago. Didn't really go on through it because we were like, what the fuck are we doing? Because we kind of realized the product was shit. It was literally like a glow-in-the-dark like basketball. Well, our thing was, alright, TikTok. These kids are gonna...
TikTok marketing would be good for
We're going to post a lot of like this, like, we're going to post a lot of like quotes, like the most like kiddish, dumbest quotes of being like, who should play Fortnite? Skullface emoji. And like fucking basketball, like get a guy to do basketball. Like simple like TikToks like that.
Interesting, yeah.
But I think
that would go well for the Gen Z community.
I think that would, but I think we just stopped it because I didn't like the product. I was like, I don't play basketball.
Yeah.
And dropshipping, I think I had to find a business where it's like I was actually interested in. It was like, so it's content, right? Content, social media marketing, all that stuff. I've been doing it for like 7 years before, so it's like, so one of the things like, you feel out of love of PT over and over again. How do you like actually like why do you keep coming back to it essentially?
I kept coming back to PT because it was the one thing that genuinely changed my life. So like training as a whole was the one thing that absolutely changed my life. Interesting story. Like I was actually someone who was a quote unquote like I was alone when it came to like being in high school.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't really have many friends. I didn't really get along with that many people.
Yeah.
Mainly because like I was always feel like I was a bit more different.
Yeah.
than
Were
the regular
you
person.
gymming in high school? Were you?
No, I wasn't actually.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I was this fat kid with a fucking bowl cut. Like a typical Indian kid. Like, in high school. Even in year 12, like I didn't even like quote unquote glow up until after high school, right?
Oh yeah.
But while I was in high school, like I didn't really have like too many mates because I just didn't like have. I had like I always had the entrepreneurial kind of mindset back in the day.
Yeah.
For example, bro, I was a graphics designer for Saw and Obey back then. So like we'd always do like I had one or two mates where we would do like Call of Duty cut comps
That's
together.
sick.
Or we would always watch like Phase Jab, Phase Rain, like the Phase House and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at that time we had like we were on the Xbox community. And I remember getting an invite from I don't know who the I think it was Saw Adapt at that time. Back in the day, it was Saw Adapt,
dude.
and it was like holy fuck, we were all in the Skype group chat together, and then I started just spamming my portfolio to them.
Was this party or was it like a like?
So it wasn't the party because the party was so exclusive, bro.
What?
To get to the Xbox party,
Yeah.
with like Saw Adapt, Phase Clan, so exclusive.
Okay,
you just couldn't.
Yeah.
But I was in the Skype group chats.
Oh,
and like we would always spam the Skype group chat, and I just kept pumping my portfolio in there. And then I got to make like back in the day when YouTube had like those really cool backgrounds.
Yep.
And they could do Skype DP. So I would always be like, all right, look, I'm more than happy for me to do like your backgrounds and shit. I'll charge like $20, 20 USD.
$20 for these backgrounds.
20 USD.
Well, that was normal back in the day, no? 20 USD.
That's a lot, bro.
That was a lot back then. Now it's like, bro, I asked for a thumbnail. 80, 90, you know what I mean? It's like, it's up there for sure. But back then, it was like $20.
I was like, bro, canteen money? What are you talking about,
exactly.
bro? I'm chilling, bro.
Fuck. And you were like this fat kid, it's like, but you know what? I realized quality community by itself, right? Fucking, it was like time of my life. But the thing is, I realized a lot of kids who were in the Call of Duty community, obviously a lot were just gamers, right? But I feel like a lot of them, I've seen a lot of kids who actually come out of it, and they are low-key entrepreneurial, you know what I mean? I have my friend, Adam. He's like similar business to me, like videography and that. But he always started as an editor in these Call of Duty like phase for so and that. Wow. And then eventually he grew old enough to be like, I could do this for myself.
Yeah.
And it's like I realized like that low-key, if you were like in it as a graphic designer or editor, that low-key trains you to like kind of do it by yourself as a business, right?
That's why when you asked me that question, how would I identify myself?
Yeah.
Content creator first.
Yeah.
Because I've been making content for almost a decade. You know what I mean? So like that's why I'm like, regardless, I'll always be content first. Yeah. And then whatever businesses will always come in line with that.
So like you can't just put your passion with your business, which is pretty practical, right?
Sorry.
Like you put a like a money generating business with your passion.
Yes.
So then it's not like it's not like you're fucking like trapping the world filming videos just for yourself for your passion.
Yes.
You're making a way to make money out of passion.
100%.
You know? 100%. So and I think that's what I think it's sick, man. I think a lot of people do that nowadays, straight out. I feel like a lot of people can put their passion into a business or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think
it comes down to grit and will, though.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. And well, for especially content creation, it's the threshold is fucking. It's hard. I'm trying to break it for a while now, right?
Yeah.
Especially, and I mean, your thing about fitness, bro. I don't know. It's like, bro, like everyone does like fitness content now. How do you stand out? How do you stand out by yourself?
Okay, so it took me a while. I think I've actually like
you got it.
Me and my business partner, we nailed it. We nailed it now, and we figured out how to diversify ourselves because. In the fitness space, bro, if you type in online coach on Instagram, boom! Unlimited. You keep scrolling. Yeah. Every fucking person and their grandmother is an online coach now.
Yeah.
So the way to differentiate yourself is number one, being your authentic self. Be absolutely authentic. A lot of these guys, they take steroids.
Yeah.
They think they need to scream at the camera. They think that they have the authority to start telling you what to do without giving you a reason why, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to standing out in this niche that is extremely saturated,
of course.
It comes down to being authentic. It comes down to actually caring about what the other person goes through. And what I like to think about is that I want to create videos that's going to help someone who's maybe 1 or 2 years like in my past. So that's the earliest. For example, like these fast food videos.
Yeah. I've used them, bro. I've used the Nando's ones.
Yeah. How the fuck am I going to stay in shape and still eat out?
Yeah.
When I'm at Nando's, I'm going to make sure, like, I scan through the menu, what makes sense, what's going to fit my macros.
Yeah.
Because I told myself, if I get into this, I will never forget this conversation. Like, I literally was standing in my fucking living room, and, like, my cousin had just told me, like, how to lose weight.
Yeah.
And he was like, have, like, a whole chicken of boiled, like, a whole kilo of chicken breast.
Yeah.
With one, like, stem of broccoli. And then black coffee. Eat that every single day.
Yeah.
And I was like, say less. We're gonna do it. He's a doctor. I'm gonna listen to him.
listen to him.
Say less.
Yeah.
Bro, I couldn't last one day.
It's just strict, bro. It's just,
One day.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, there has to be a way.
Yeah.
Like, there has to be a way I can still eat the foods that I love. And get in the best shape of my life. And then I made that my goal.
Yeah.
And then every single time I went to KFC, Nando's, or Porto's, GYG, whatever the fuck it is, I looked at, okay, how can I make this fit my macros?
Yeah.
How can I make this the something that will fit towards my goal, whether I'm bulking, cutting, maintaining. And then I realized, I'm like, dude, when people eat out, everyone eats like shit.
Yeah, of course.
No one actually knows what to do. When I tell my mates, hey bro, maybe you should try XYZ thing.
Yeah.
Like, Rohan, you're a genius. Like, bro, this is my normal meal.
I think it's a mental thing though, right? Because I feel like when someone eats out, you're eating out. You're going. It's a time away from home where you have.
It's an excuse to go hard.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's a very mental thing, but it's so mental that we don't even consider.
Yes.
Like taking shit out, right?
It's crazy.
Even but low-key, like in social media, it's like I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people like in the comments that you're lying by calories, right? I tested yours out when I was in Nando's. It's valid. I said I put out my fitness pal.
Yeah.
I typed this in 700 calories. I tell that.
That's good. Yeah.
But it helped me with my cup, man. It helped me with my cup for sure.
Fucking oath, bro. What I do say to a lot of people is that you gotta change your perspective when it comes to eating out, right? Instead of going out to eat out, to fucking go hard, go have a burger, have this, that.
Yeah.
Go out and socialize.
Yeah.
You're eating as a social gathering, but go there to actually socialize, be present with your friends and family. Don't go there just to fucking put your face in a whole bunch of chips and burgers.
They don't. When someone invites you out, they don't want to invite you out to actually eat the food, enjoy the food.
Yeah.
But they want to invite you out to actually talk to you, do all that stuff, right?
So do you have to then fucking eat 1,000 calories? No.
No.
You could realistically just grab some water, have something small, and socialize.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're fucking meant to be doing.
Yeah. Shit, that's actually very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I think it's very mental. I think
It's like a complete mental thing.
I've been on like a deficit for a month and a bit now.
Right.
And I've used some of your stuff, bit of Guzman's.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I realized is it's just a lot of it's more changing shit in the food rather than actually taking shit out or obviously probably take the sauces out, whatever there, right? But like let's say I'd maybe add a bit more meat on my Guzman burrito bowl and may take away this and then maybe add a bit more fibers or whatever, right?
Yes.
I realized like it's addition rather than changing stuff.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you want to. When you're eating out, it's very hard for you to feel full.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the foods when you're eating out are high in fat and high in carbs.
Yeah.
Not necessarily are they high in protein. So that's why I make the rules. Like when you're eating out, double your meat. Because that will keep you full. Yeah. And then keep the rest the same, and I guarantee you won't be eating like a fucking pig.
So are you meant to be starving during your cut? Like if you're on a deficit, are you meant to be starving? You know, right? You're meant to be feeling full, right?
You shouldn't be starving, bro.
Yeah, but I have days where I feel more full than when I'm in the deficit than when I wasn't.
My clients literally tell me.
Yeah.
Because like I'll in their check-ins, right?
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, we're gonna be dropping another maybe 150 or 200 calories, and then they're like, Rohan, you're adding more food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I want to make sure that those 3 hour gaps. Yeah. You're able to like consume something within those 3 hour gaps. Otherwise, your cravings going through the roof. Yeah. You're gonna want to eat more food. So we want to make sure instead of having 3 meals, we give you 5 meals.
Yeah.
2 additional meals are gonna make that 1,500 or 1,600 calorie so much easier.
I mean, looking at your TikToks, you definitely believe in 80% nutrition, 20%. Yeah, because you post more TikToks about like what eating stuff rather than gymming and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it is just a lot more eating.
Eating is the most important thing. Like gym, I feel like everyone can train.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is like, okay, once you finish the gym, you're 45 minutes to an hour. What are you gonna do after? And most of the time, they're like, I'm gonna treat myself to a Bondi burger.
Yeah, I still love, bro.
Yeah.
Legit,
me too, bro.
Yeah, legit, bro. Fucking not too long ago. Legit, I'd go gym and go Toby Bonds, like, you know,
it's right down the road.
It's like right down the road. Lewis go gym and Toby Bonds, like, I treat myself. I had a good.
I worked hard today.
Yeah, I worked hard today, exactly. But recently, you don't actually burn that much calories when you train.
Dude, you don't. You realistically don't burn. You burn more calories doing cardio than you would lifting weights. 'Cause think about it, right? When you're lifting a weight, let's say you do bench press.
Yeah.
That set was probably 15 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
And that's it. So an entire workout, you maybe work out for 15 minutes. Yeah. Technically.
Have you tried any combat sports?
I used to do Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Wing Chun.
Wing Chun.
And so Wing Chun is like Bruce Lee and Ip Man.
Okay, yeah.
Because my dad's a black belt in Kung Fu.
Oh, is he actually? That's badass.
So he used to teach me Wing Chun and Kung Fu.
Yeah.
But I really want to get back into BJJ because I finished my comp now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I wanna dedicate myself to something, but I'm just finding it hard to like do it at the moment because I'm just so focused on business right now.
Do you get a lot of your habits from your dad? Do you reckon like a lot of your like like striving for, whether it's fitness, business, do you think a part of it is in front of your dad? Even though we're brown, your dad may not own a business or whatever, right? Do you think that work ethic kind of comes from your dad too?
Dude, my dad, I definitely look up to him to the utmost level. I don't think I've ever like said that to him before, and I don't think I will.
I've never said that to him.
I want to keep that low key to myself because, dude, I would come home from school and bro's working. I would come home from soccer, bro's working. Even now, like I would tell him, bro, sometimes like I try to like throw my ego at him like, oh, I just clocked in like a legitimate 12-hour working day, and my dad looks at me, that's me every day. Okay, I'll go fuck myself.
Bro, my dad, I think that's very interesting. I think we have very similar like father figures, I guess, then, right? My dad will literally, like, he works 10, 12 hours a day, and he's a mechanic, right? And now he's like starting his own business too, where it's like where he replaces like hoses for like the trucks, hydraulic hoses for trucks, rather than being a truck mechanic, whatever. But this guy, like, now he starts his business, he literally leaves at like 4, 3 a.m, gets back me at 5, whatever. And then this motherfucker, like, on a Sunday, would go for like a marathon or some shit.
Damn.
Like, plays tennis for like 4 hours straight Sunday morning. I was like, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna keep up with that level, you know what I mean? But that's the thing, like, it's that competitiveness that you get from like your parents, your families, whatever, right?
As a man, bro, I think we're innately competitive. And then when you, I feel like we always want to be better than our dad. Like, my goal is to be better than my dad. He is.
And I think that'd be his goal too, right? Realistically.
100%. So 100%. Because he's a black belt. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm a black belt. And I'm gonna keep that black belt, that martial arts in the family. My dad has, like, he makes fuck shit ton of money and he works super fucking hard. I'm like, okay, I need to do the exact same thing. And I will not stop until I fucking do.
I think in social media, like, you see a lot of like people saying like I came from a broken family. I didn't have much, but like, I think it's just good to like promote like you're like, my dad fucking motivates me a lot, right? I think it's good to promote that. I don't think you see that much nowadays.
You don't, bro, because I feel like people get victimized when they say it. Like, oh, you came from a good home. Like, people can't relate to you. This, that.
No.
I came from this. Look, I didn't come from an amazing home. I'm gonna be real. Like, being brown, like, my parents fought so much. So much, right? Did my dad make money? Yes. But did I have a lifestyle where I was like lavish? No. I still had to fucking work. I still had to do everything to get money.
Did you grow up here? Did you like? Was you born here? Or
I grew up in Campbelltown.
Were you born in Campbelltown?
Born in Campbelltown.
Yeah. So like your second generation, your parents probably moved here. You moved here, right?
Yeah. My sister was actually born in India, but I was born here.
So it's very like. So it was basically new to them too, right? They went from being in India to coming here to, like, doing all that stuff. So it's like, I think parents, like, I think a lot of people disregard their parents when it comes to, like, even your own ethic, right? I think a lot of people, especially in the brown community, it's like, they're very rebellious, right? You see people who are rebellious, and it's like, well, but we're brown. Look, you don't really take the good sides of what you can get from your parents.
Exactly.
Like, where it's like, you're worth it.
Dude, you think about it, right? Your parents came from India or Nepal or Bangladesh, whatever, and they come here and they fucking make it. Like, that is hard.
That is them making it.
They were in war.
Like,
my dad told me this one story. I will never forget this. That he, I actually don't think I could say it on the podcast, actually. That's why I say you're off air. But, like, he had a life or death, like, moment. And then he still came to Australia. He had to live in this, like, broken down apartment that got burnt up by some meth addict. And he still fucking made it. And I'm like, bro, whatever troubles I go through doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just first world problems for me. Motherfucker literally had third world problems. And he still made it.
But the good thing about those problems is that it didn't disadvantage you. You kind of like, I need to kind of, like, he's doing this. What the fuck? Why I can't really do this?
That's what I think.
Get me? I think more modern wise, where it's like I'm making editors from like India or whatever. And I'm not paying them that much, right? And it's like, bro, this is
a lot for them.
It's all for them, but this is what my parents had to live through. Like, the amount of saving to get a plane ticket here, right? Like, obviously put on that low, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's 1,000 to us is a lot more to them, right?
Yes.
Back there, so that's interesting. But your bodybuilding show recently.
Yes, sir.
How was that?
It was, okay, so it was always a dream of mine.
Yeah.
To do a bodybuilding show. I've been training, how long am I training for? 9 years in total. 9 years in total, and when I first started growing up, I got really big into YouTube fitness. So I don't know if your viewers even know this, but like Christian Guzman, Steve Cook, Max Tuning, Bradley Martin, Hodge Twins, like all these guys back in the OG days is who I would watch. And a lot of these guys would be competing. And I was like, one day I aspire to compete just like them. But I was like, I'm brown. I don't have a nice physique.
Genetics.
I don't think I have genetic capacity to actually do this. Kept training, and I really just dedicated myself for like legit 9 years. And I feel like I actually have I think I have like a top 10% physique right now.
For sure. Top
And I'm
one,
like,
probably. If
so.
the whole world, top one, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Maybe,
yeah,
maybe
true,
less.
yeah.
Yeah,
I genuinely hope so.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, you know what? I think I've actually done myself like a solid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna now celebrate the last 9 years and like compete for myself.
That's sick, yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily for me to be number one. Like obviously, if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna like if I'm in business, I'm gonna be number one. If I'm competing, I'm gonna be number one.
It's interesting that you celebrated by going to competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Celebrate to compete now.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the result that I wanted, and to be honest, I'm extremely happy that happened because like. Number one, I actually I'm so dumb, bro. I went to knockout the week before.
No, you didn't.
And like even all my mates, like Rohan, don't do it. You're gonna get sick. My coach was like, yeah, probably not.
Bro,
but I'm like, nah, bro. Like it's knockout. It's my last event. I want to go.
Yeah.
Bro, I full on got sick. Like the next day, and I was like, are you fucking serious? So I started taking all these meds like Codril and stuff like that. Behind the counter Codril. I was so desperate.
Just trying
to like recover.
Yeah.
But then I started holding a shit ton of water.
And
then my physique went from like literally 6% body fat up to 10% body fat 5 days out from my show. And I remember like stressing even harder and my physique just didn't move. I gained a full kilo. And I'm like, I'm going to go sauna sessions. I'm going to do everything that I can.
Shit.
But that water weight did not budge. Yeah. And I went on stage and I didn't place. I should have placed like top 3. Didn't even place top 5. And I've really like, it's a learning lesson. So I don't regret anything.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going to be focusing the next 2 years of my life purely to bodybuilding and then compete again in 2 years.
Because I promise you ain't going to touch like...
You
ain't going out in a week before.
I said, but the thing is, right, what I'm actually really disappointed in myself was I said no, because I prepped for 32 weeks. I said no to everything. But the one thing I didn't say no to was a week beforehand, I fucking went. And I'm just like, I reflect, I'm like, fuck, such an idiot. Like, why did I do that?
I saw you, I saw your stories. I thought that was after, bro. I was in my mind now. I was like, damn, you went. But damn, that's great. What, eating wise though?
Yes.
You, like, how difficult was that? Obviously, there's probably a difference between being in a normal deficit, cutting down weight, you know,
There's a massive difference. In order to get summer body lean, bro, it's a breeze.
You're
chilling.
Really? Fuck, I'm on it right now, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm on it.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you doing something wrong? But in order to get shredded, like 5% shredded, it's a different ballgame.
Oh, yeah.
Because you are on legitimate, like, malnutrition calories. I was sitting at 1,395 calories for a solid 4 to 6 weeks, I believe. What? I was doing cardio 7 days a week. So cardio was 40 to 45 minutes.
I met you in the step machine.
I met you when I was on prep.
Yeah.
And then I was doing 12 to 15,000 steps per day. Oh. So this was an everyday thing. I literally bought a walking pad so I could work and walk at the same time. Jeez. I would go to the gym at 1 a.m. to do my stairs. I would be on like 1,300 calories. Like it was... Bro, when I say easily the hardest thing I've done, it has been the hardest thing I've done. And that's why I'm like, I pride myself so much on it because it has given me such an additional threshold to my stress tolerance now. That like, I even told my business partner, I was like, bro, now that comp is done, you can throw me anything and I will fucking work because I know my threshold. If I could do that on 1,300 calories, I'm on 3,000 right now. I know I can fucking do it. And if I ever have an excuse, I'll remember back in the day when I was on the fucking Stairmaster at 1 a.m, dreading my life. I'm like, no, if Rohan did it then, I can do it now. Whatever.
I think it's the thing where like, you gotta be on that stage.
Yes.
You can't
move the goal. Yeah, like, you're gonna be there.
You're gonna be on that stage, right? So it's like, well, so I'm 1,300 calories?
Yes.
Bro, how tasteless was the food?
Bro, I try to make it as tasty as possible. And to be honest, bro, like, I made it pretty sustainable. I even told my coach, I was like, straight out, I could go to 1,100, bro. Like, I made it so fucking tasty. Like, for breakfast, I would have, like, this overnight cheesecake. Yeah. And then for lunch, I would have, like, fried chicken and rice. Yeah. And then for dinner, I would have, like, a steak with, like, some veg. Yeah. And then at dessert, I would have jelly. And I was like, you know what? I know I'm on 1,300.
But it's not the worst thing.
I can sustain this.
Yeah. So I think you can't really touch on it, but I was going to ask, like, what was, like, something you learned from the prepping you're going to put into, like, business or other fitness goals or, like, just in life in general? You can't really say it, right? Perseverance and all that stuff.
Dude, it's a great question. 100%.
Is there anything else?
Perseverance, number one, but... Okay, this is something that I tell everyone now. This has been the biggest learning lesson of this year. Yeah. Every year, I usually find, like, what has been the biggest... When I reflect, what has been the biggest learning lesson? And this year... And I see this as a foreseeable future, to be honest, is going to be making health and fitness your absolute foundation in life.
Okay.
So think about this. If you're going to build a house, you cannot build a house on dirt or grass.
No.
You literally need a foundation.
Yeah.
Concrete, whatever I'm not into the construction world, but you know what I mean?
But you need
you need a legitimate foundation, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is that foundation as humans? Health and fitness.
Yeah.
Why? Well, when it comes to your health, when it comes to your nutrition or training, with nutrition, if you have a meal plan set out for the week, you know for a fact, breakfast, lunch, dinner this is what I'm eating. I'm not going to deviate away from this. I'm not going to start thinking about, oh, what if I have this or what if I have that? All my focus will go to my career, my relationships, and myself. And then that nutrition aspect is already set out. So when I wake up in the morning, I know exactly what I'm eating. When it's lunchtime, I know exactly what I'm eating. When it's dinner, everything, right? When you're going to the shops to do your groceries, you're not fucking walking around in every single aisle, wasting your time. You know I have to go here. Cool, get in, get out, optimize. When it comes to training, you're not going into the gym with your dick in your hand. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, because if you fuck up, you're not gonna lose the game or get the muscle,
exactly,
right?
Bro. Like, you know, you're going in, you're doing bench squat, you're doing arms, you're doing this, you're doing that. Cool, you're in, you're out. So once you have that set out, you're essentially set to then focus onto the rest of your life, because how you do one thing is how you do everything else. So if you're able to optimize your nutrition and training, you're then able to optimize your finances, your career, your relationships, and your own self-development. And I feel like that me going into quote unquote monk mode for that comp was the most self-development I've done
your life
in my life. Because I've done, like, bro, I've taken acid, I've read so many books, and like, did they help me on my self-development journey? Yes. But this, saying no to everything, having a goal that I can't move, and really forcing myself into an extremely uncomfortable state has been the number one thing for me to be like the most mature version of me right now.
I think it was Tate that said this, right? He was like if there's stuff, like, when you have a good body and when you have a good, like, foundation, the stuff you don't even think about. Like, you walk into a room and people think you respect because he has discipline, because he can't say no to stuff, because he has commitment to a goal. It's like the stuff, like, you wouldn't think about, like, you wouldn't think about on the spot. I think that's very important. I think that's why I started.
It's a subconscious thing.
I think that's why I started really pushing for me recently as well. I was like, I saw that quote and I was like, damn, I'm working hard. Like, I think a few months ago, I was the most stressed I've ever been because of, like, work and stuff like that. Like, this at work and, like, all this stuff. But I was getting fatter. I was getting more fat, body fat, right? But I was getting more bigger. I was like, damn, I could tell my body, like, my mind is feeling low. Like, I could tell, I wake up, my energy is low.
Oh, man.
But now I'm on like, kind of, like, health mode, and it's like putting on as crazy as yours, but, like, it's last month and a half. Even when I wake up after, like, 4 to 5 hours sleep, which is horrible, by the way. But when I do that, I feel a lot more energized than when I would have done that a few months ago. So even little shit like that, right? Where it's like, when you need your body to act, your body actually acts in that moment.
I find it very interesting that, like, you're 20, right?
I'm 20, yeah.
When did you turn 20?
I turned 20 last month.
Oh, happy birthday. What day?
September 11, actually.
Oh, damn. Yeah, fair enough. Bro, that's actually really crazy that September 11. Like, for someone of your age, that's really, really good. Like, for you to already have that kind of mindset towards, this is what happens when I make health and fitness my priority, and also making it a priority at this age right now. Imagine you dedicate the next 10 years of your life to this when you're 30. Because it's going to be different.
It's true. It's very much how I feel. That's how I realize. That's not how much I look. I don't look good, obviously. But it's very much how I feel. And to be honest, I think, for me, it was very similar to what you're saying, because if you do good in one thing, or if you commit to one thing, you're going to commit to other stuff. And it really does go back to, like, Call of Duty cutcoms and all that shit. You know when, like example, like, you know when, like, a recruitment challenge come out and they're like, yo, RC would come out and, like, they're like, we need content creators that upload every day, blah blah blah, and the RC was got upload every day, because you want for the chance to even, like, be seen by one of those guys, right? And it's like, I work so hard in content, then and now too. Like, I think someone needs to be like who said this? I think it was Hamozi. I think it was like, along the lines of, don't talk too much about what you're going to do, but have an undeniable amount of proof that you are the person you are. And I think because of that, like, for you, fitness and business, right? Because they go hand in hand. You do good here, you're going to do good over here. I think it's like, someone, like, people would need that, even from a small ass scale, where it's like, RC, content creating, whatever, right? Like, no matter how big the skill is or no matter how small the skill is, that, like, achievement, that sense of, like, you had a goal and you achieved, or you at least worked your hardest to the goal, at least made you, could make you do other shit too. Other areas, you know what I mean?
And I think it just rung a bell for me as well. Like, how can you be confident?
Yeah.
It's like being undeniable in yourself.
Yeah.
So you doing it over and over and over again, or you attempting to do something over and over and over again, and having that proof of concept is going to provide you with that confidence. That confidence will then spurt into other aspects of your life as well.
That's interesting. Who's your favorite artist? Who's your favorite like artist in the sense of like, is it Drake? Is it who is it? Is it Drake?
It's a great question. So Drake is gonna be my favorite.
Yeah.
I've listened to him. I was literally listening to him on the way here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
But
I only listen to his old shit.
Oh really?
Like Nothing Was the Same. If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Views. Those are the top 3 albums for me. His new album, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
I fuck with it quite heavy. But like I just prefer his old shit. But like lately, I've been diversifying more towards Russ, Dave, Central
really?
C, because they're off the label. Like they're more they're individual.
Yeah.
And when a label gets involved, they want to spread an agenda, X, Y, Z. So like Russ, like he's more like entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, he was telling you stories about like when he was like broke. And
Yeah.
then now he's making it. It's like, fuck, I want to listen to that.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm trying to make it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to listen to like people like fucking hoes and shit like that. Like that's not what I care about.
Yeah.
Keep making money and like doing shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked the question because like I love Kanye, right? Love Kanye, but you know, like you know, have you seen Netflix documentary with Kanye?
No, I haven't actually.
Like it's about on his rise. Like, someone literally filmed him for like 20 years.
Wow.
Before he was like big, when he was like a small producer, and you see this guy just work, and you kind of want to take like, you kind of like kind of be like him, but you kind of want to take that aspect, like
you'll be inspired.
That growing up story, right? That come up story. I think very similar to Drake too, right? Like I know he had a lot of problems coming from Degrassi.
Dude, I'm not too sure. Like I remember Degrassi, yeah. I'm not too sure about Drake's story. I never really looked into it. More so just listen to the music. I mean, because like for me, like it's very hard for me. I don't know why. It's so unrelatable when I listen to like
it's that. Yeah.
They come up so unrelatable, bro. So I just don't get it.
But I listen to Drake and be like, I want to sing this. I don't relate to half the shit he says.
Bro, straight up, half the shit I don't relate.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why like I've been listening to like a lot of Russ lately.
Yeah.
Russ I relate to a lot because like just the come up story, but
that's what it is. Yeah. Have you read 50 Cent's book?
What is it?
50 Cent's book?
No, I haven't.
Bro.
I haven't.
Well, he has 2 now. I think he made one. One with Robert Greene.
Okay.
He called it the 50th Law.
50th.
And Robert Greene from
really?
Yeah.
Did they actually make a book together?
They called it 50th Law, and Robert Greene had the book 48 Laws of Power.
No way.
That's more like, I haven't read that one, but I know that's more like along the lines of 48 Laws of Power, right?
Oh fucking hell!
He's very business minded. He's very like come up with.
Dude, I have not read a book in over a year.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like, I have a like legitimate library in my apartment. And I look at it every day. I'm like, that's cool. I don't read anymore. Because I don't have time, bro.
I don't do. Yo, Loki. One thing I took from Habits, Atomic Habits was
iconic.
Habit stocking.
Yes, habit stacking.
I don't know if it's the right word, but I have this thing where if I brush my teeth, I get an audiobook on.
Nice.
And then I brush my teeth, and then my ritual after is like switch on the audiobook to a book for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah. That's one thing I took. I probably should take a lot more from that book, but that's the one thing I've taken so far.
Habit stacking is amazing. It's a principle that I teach my clients as well.
Yeah, really.
Like if you're going to do cardio, you can habit stack by listening to a pod. Like I listen to podcasts.
Me too. Yeah.
But I go to sleep listening to podcasts. Everything is podcasts except for when I'm in the gym.
Yeah. Oh really?
You know what I mean? Literally, Joe Rogan, Modern Wisdom, Mark Bell Power Project, Diary of a CEO. Like those are the 4 that I go through every single day. Yeah. And when I was on the Stairmaster, I would just watch podcasts and just listen to everything.
I think it's great, bro. When you're working out or like doing like shit like that, when like it is kind of like if I didn't have a podcast in the Stairmaster or like treadmill, I'm guarantee I'll be hating my life.
Oh, 100%. Because you just watch the time. And the time goes even slower as you're watching it.
It's actually not. So you listen to Chris Williamson?
Yes, I do. I love him, bro.
Yeah.
He's easily one of my favorites.
Every episode?
Which one?
Every episode?
Every episode.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Bro, he has like guests on like so
every
often.
Single day.
And like it's
and he has like high production ones as well, like those 4K cinematography ones. Unbelievable.
There's one thing I saw recently was like he puts 4K in his titles.
Yes.
Because
because it's gonna get more attention as well.
Because that's interesting. Like how people view your product. It's like. Like it's more high quality.
I think Ramosi said that. He brought that up.
Yeah.
It was like one thing I noticed that you put 4K in your title.
Which is pretty sick to think about.
Yeah, that's like the only thing, but yeah.
How do you use that for content? How do you use that for your own content, you'd say?
Say it again?
How do you use that for your own content? Like your style. How do I know when I scroll? I'm saying I already know what your style is, kind of. When I scroll, if I see even less than a second, I'm like, oh, it's a Rohan video.
Yeah.
Is it stuff you put into, like, consciously put in the video, being like, I need to make it look like it's my video?
Well, our branding, we have a certain text that we use.
Okay.
So when you see that text, I want you to identify with Self-Conquered Performance, aka Coach Rohan. That's what I want you to identify. Wait, by the way,
Yeah, they're on. Yeah, I've been checking the whole time.
Alright, because it's been more than 20 minutes, I'm sure.
That's 16 so far, and that's.
Do you want to pause then?
Should I do it now? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do it now. Yeah, so like what my business partner and I have kind of worked on is that brand identity.
Yeah.
So when you see a video from us, it's that certain text. When you hear a video from us, it's that sort of language or that sort of that form of that sort of hook. You know what I mean? Like burn those love handles or what do you think has more calories?
Yeah.
Like when you hear that, you know it's a Coach Rohan video or a self-conquer performance video.
Yeah.
So that's how we want to have that brand identity. So when you're scrolling, you know, okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's
even
right.
little stuff like you zoom out and you have
The zoom in, zoom out, the sound effects. Yeah, bro.
You have that stuff too.
It's great that you picked that up. So like the first, like when it comes to a hook, that first 1 to 3 seconds is absolutely so important to get their attention. You have to hit them with like a sound or a visual effect and something that's going to provide them with curiosity.
I think one important thing is a lot of people miss this out. I think it's so important in content is making sure your obviously hook works, but just making sure your hook is your hook. It's your style, so people know it's you.
Yes.
You get me? It's different and it's you. It's unique. I think that's very important. And you know what? One thing I really realized recently with styles, I've been really into like the styles of type videos or whatever. A lot of people get on social media, they're like, yo, they go straight for that.
Yeah.
They think, all right, I need to. They think hook needs to be fast, loud.
Yeah.
But one thing actually, kind of example is my business partner, right? He's getting into same as me, starting this business page, which like with for our content and stuff for business side. And when he first made his videos, that's how he was. And a lot, you know, Devin, a lot like Devin Jaffa, that Alaskan guy. A lot like him. He was like, so he's talking like he's kind of like talking like him, and he's kind of like, you know, kind of talking like, I'm like, bro, you need your own style because I know who you actually are, and this is not you. You wouldn't spill this to me. You wouldn't actually like can't talk about the stuff in the video as if you're talking to me.
Yes.
But obviously, kind of add in more like hooks and all that stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like it's good. It's cool for us to get inspiration from other creators, like Devin, for example. I think a lot of like Hormozy and Devin. Devin has popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But even with Hormozy, a lot of people were following that Hormozy script and following that Hormozy editing style.
Yeah.
That it literally became a thing on CapCut. Like if you go on CapCut, it would be like Hormozy style font.
Yes, crazy.
Fuck, bro. That's so crazy. This guy like did that.
And yeah.
But like when it comes to content creation, the hardest thing is to actually be yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you're like you're true and true yourself, that means that you're the most vulnerable to anyone else. So let's say for example you're not your true self and someone says something about it, then it's not going to hit as hard because you know it's not you. Yeah. And you know that you're putting on a facade.
Yeah.
However, when you actually be your true self on camera, you are then vulnerable to whatever someone else says will hit home.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but that's me as a person. Oh, but that's me. Yeah. However, the more you do that, the more comfortable you are with that. Yeah. And you're like, you know what? That's me. Fuck it. It is what it is. Yeah. If you don't like it, fuck off.
I think the easiest way to get your own style is to be yourself. Yeah. That's the only thing you have, right? That's different to other people.
And that's like the quirks you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Rami is my business partner.
Yeah.
So like what we've both said, like at the start, dude, not gonna lie, because I was doing this whole fitness content creation from last year.
Yeah.
I wasn't myself on camera because it took me a while to get used to it, bro. Like when you're on camera, like you're gonna talk fast, you're gonna scream, you're gonna do some abnormal shit.
Of course.
And now after a year, I can truly say that when I'm on camera, I'm actually myself.
You're yourself, yeah.
And like if I burp, I burp. If I say something dumb, I say something. We keep it in the video.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Not everyone's perfect.
Of course.
You're gonna stutter. You're gonna say something wrong. You're gonna just have your small quirks, but that makes you you. Yeah. And that's what people want to identify with because like, oh, this cunt's relatable. Yeah. And that's what I always want to be. It's like when people watch my videos, they look at me as a relatable person. Yeah. And they want to aspire to be like me.
Yeah. And one thing I realized about your videos, you don't really go fully, like Mr. Beast mode when it comes to like pop-ups, this and that. I think that's the first step, right? Realizing I don't need all these fucking pop-ups here. I don't need the most fast. Sometimes the best retention you get for a video is to be like just straight up text. It does low-key help you that you have a nice camera. Yeah. Like that, you know, of course. Yeah, of course. That is kind of your big cool thing in the video. Yeah. I think that's very important too. But it's like interesting how you don't have like Mr. Beastie pushing.
Yeah, we don't like that. It's not natural.
It's not.
It's not authentic to us. Yeah. And the one thing is that we pride ourselves on. We have a fucking amazing camera. Yeah. And we're gonna utilize that. And then the other thing is just gonna be me as a personality. Yeah, of course. I have to make sure that I'm just myself. And bro, trust me, I find content. I've been doing content creation for almost a decade. Yeah, of course. But the last year and a half has been absolutely serious. and I still find it difficult.
Yeah, of course.
I'm
right.
not gonna lie. Like when, like for example, we were literally filming on Friday.
Yeah.
And like we'd put the camera up, and I have to say a script, and then the
Yeah.
moment Rami starts recording, it's out of my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what was it like again?
Yeah. Well, what's it, how do you manage content and your business? Like actually checking in on clients and
Ooh,
everything.
it's a great question, bro.
Yeah.
That
and,
is.
and also how much of the percentage is content? How much percentage is actually content in your business? Like how much? Because I think a lot of clients that I talk to, they're like, yeah, they come with a sense of like, you're gonna handle it for me. It's not really about that. You know what I mean?
Say the answer.
Like a lot of clients, right? I feel like when I reach out to someone and they're kind of new in the space and they want to get into content for the business or whatever, they're taking the sense of like, you're gonna handle it for me, as in like, I'm gonna have all the time that I have still now. I'm still gonna have this time to do this. I'm still have this time for that. But it's more like I'm just there to help you. Kind of fitness, right? It's not like you're training. It's not like you're training your clients for them, right? It's not like you're in the gym for them. It's not like you're eating for them. I feel like a lot of people see it as that way, where it's like, it's taking care of by him.
Okay,
It's,
so
yeah.
I think what you're trying to say is like if they. Oh, I actually don't understand.
Yeah,
if they hire you, then it's automatically gonna work.
That's what they think. That's what they think. They think it's gonna be a thing where it's like, he's just gonna come in once a week. I don't know come in, but like, he's gonna come in once a week, film this for me. It's low effort. It's low effort for me. I don't have to put the work in. It seems like just like this. You get me? It's like, as if I'm gonna be the one around this shop making the content for them.
Yeah.
And
Okay, yes. I
They
get
don't
you
have to
now.
worry about anything. That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
So how much of a percentage of your business is taken into content, and how much percentage of your business is taken into other stuff?
So, delivery in any business, especially in service-based businesses, has to be the number one priority.
Yeah.
So for me, like I try to do 100%
Yeah.
when it comes to delivery,
Yeah.
which literally means like client communications, making sure meal plans, training programs are up to date
Yeah.
and sent out at the right time, making sure that I'm on time for my client check-ins.
Yeah.
And then the other aspect is the content side.
Yeah.
Now that is, man, that we have such a high emphasis on content because we know how well it works.
Yeah.
On TikTok, originally TikTok was our main platform to generating clients.
Yeah.
But then we started to see that we started putting paid ads towards TikTok.
Yeah.
And we saw that like if we would do target market of 24 to 32,
Yeah.
we would still get 16-year-olds applying.
Yeah.
And Rami, he's because it's a 3-man team. We have an ads guy, we have myself, and then Rami, right?
Yeah.
So he's like marketing behind the camera. He does brand awareness. He does everything aside to that. And we have our own guy in the Philippines, or Indonesia, for ads, and then me for delivery and operations, right? So when it comes to the content creation aspect, we have now made it a very, very high priority.
Yeah.
To the point where it's, I don't know percentage-wise, to be honest, bro.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
Because it changes.
It changes all the time.
It's content.
I wouldn't say it's seasonal, but it really does change.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
For TikTok, it's organic. We've now removed paid advertisements.
Fully organic TikTok.
Fully organic.
Yeah.
Because it works.
I don't see much fitness ads on TikTok as it is, low-key.
It's actually, you know what? I don't even have TikTok.
Yeah.
I just business. It's just posting. Rami actually uses TikTok just for the business.
Posting, yeah.
So I actually don't have it.
Yeah.
When it comes to Instagram or Facebook, Meta, whatever.
Yeah.
That's where we have seen
More, right?
unbelievable clientele come from there. Like exact target market is exactly the money we're putting in is actually providing us with the people that we want.
Wow.
And I'm just like, okay, so we have put an extremely high amount of funds towards our paid ads. Then we got organic, and then on top of that is our referral system. That comes through delivery.
Yeah.
So as long as that delivery is number one, we get referrals.
Yeah.
Paid advertisements are able to generate the clients that we need, and then organic content gives us that brand awareness.
Yeah.
So when you see that paid ad, you then go to my page, you see all the
all the
organic
stuff
content,
already.
you like me, you then apply, and then I get you as a client, and then you get the result, you then refer me.
I feel like there's a shift, low key. I feel like Instagram works so much better. When I talk to some of my people, they're like, honestly, TikTok does not get mentioned that much.
Yeah.
It's very much Instagram. We kind of go into it low key, just like pushing Instagram more than TikTok. We don't really mention TikTok that much, to be honest.
Right.
Because all these guys are physios. There's a lot of online fitness coaches too, and they just want to get business through Instagram. They don't. Why is there a shift between Instagram and TikTok? Like, why can't you get the same amount of conversion on TikTok as Instagram?
See, look, I'm not really too much in that space, so I'll give you like my dumb version because I'm just more on the coaching side. But when it comes to that, I genuinely just feel like the demographic is different to Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is more of the Gen Z, the extremely low attention span, which like it's gonna sound really fucked if I even say this. I just don't feel like man, I'm really gonna be careful with my words here. I feel like the demographic of people are different on Instagram
Yeah,
and
okay, yeah.
TikTok. I don't think the most like people,
Best,
the
yeah.
best people are on TikTok versus on Instagram. I think
Yeah.
Instagram are just more intellectual.
Yeah.
They're more level headed.
Well, it's more like everyone's on Instagram.
Hey.
Yeah, like everyone's on Instagram, right?
Everyone's
Yeah.
And realistically,
Yeah.
not everyone is on TikTok.
No, not everyone. No,
And I
no.
feel like more people who are not into the dopamine or the
Yeah.
short attention span, I don't want to be talking to them
Yeah.
because they're going to expect instant results.
Of course.
And that's what I have seen as a coach, that if I get a client from TikTok, they actually expect to get shredded in 2 weeks. If I get a client off Instagram,
Yeah.
they have the understanding that it actually requires their effort.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it requires actually a bit of time for them to receive X
Yes.
result.
You know, I actually imagine dropshipping would work better on TikTok.
I
Yeah,
completely
you know what I
agree.
mean?
Because you
I-
can market so retarded. Because like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
will, people will take any bit of marketing, anything that's shiny, that glows. Look at modern day marketing right now.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
there's this one pre-workout called Nexus. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
If you look at the marketing, it's so Gen Z. It's just
Like
like,
memes and shit.
bro, not necessarily me. Oh, I don't know the page, but like when it comes to
Yeah.
like seeing their bottle, it's just like colorful. It's
Wow.
cartoony.
You want it.
It's like you want it.
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
it. You're like, oh, so many colors. I want that.
Yeah, of course.
But that's targeted towards a particular demographic. Most of the time, I feel like successful businesses that will last longer
Yeah.
are targeted towards like the millennials.
Yeah. So how do you make your viewers trust you? So obviously you said that they're gonna look at the ad, they're gonna go to your organic page.
Yes.
That's where the trust is built as a creator, and then the trust is so big that they follow you.
Yeah. So
they sign up
the
to goals,
trust,
right?
the trust, in my opinion, has to come via authority.
Yeah.
So let's break that down, right? So you see my ad, you see the Save the Transformation.
Yeah.
You see, okay, Rohan got this client, this transformation, eating donuts, fucking K barbecue, whatever,
Yeah.
burgers, whatever. Cool. Let me see his content. Oh,
I'm
okay,
okay
this
with
guy says like a Porter and Nando's.
Yeah.
He goes to the gym. Okay, cool.
That's true.
Now let me look at his stories. Oh, he goes to the gym. Oh, he's still in
Yeah.
shape. Oh, his clients actually like
Yeah.
post him on his stories. Oh, he's a real fucking person. He's a
True,
relatable
true,
person. I trust him now.
Yeah.
So I feel like for someone to become a buyer, they need to consume your content for a minimum of 30 days. And in those 30 days, it's your
Yeah.
role as a business owner
Yeah,
to
yeah.
post relatable content onto your stories. Because when you go on your feed, majority of the people go straight to their stories versus
Yeah.
their scroll. So
Yeah.
if you're on your stories and you're consistent, you show your steps, you show your client, you show
True,
your
true.
physique
Yeah.
to make sure that who the fuck is going to listen to a
Proof.
fat
Wanna get
coach?
proof. Yeah. Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
You gotta walk the walk.
Yeah.
And a lot of my clients, they say to me, like, Rohan, I fuck with you because the meal plans I give to my clients, I dead set eat it myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you something I wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
And they're like, bro, the fact that you eat the same thing, I'm like, I'm just gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Like, fucking oath.
Yeah, because you're legit taking it from like you're being authentic.
Yeah.
You're taking about what you do and you're applying to your clients.
Yeah.
And people would see that.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, bro. That's like
Yeah.
the one quote. Like, it's not rocket science. The proof is in the pudding. Just fucking,
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You should follow it as well. And it's
Yeah.
working for me, it'll work for you.
It's like how can I not trust you, right?
Yeah, how can you not?
Essentially.
If I was eating other shit compared to what I'm giving you, I think that's fair for you to like give me the finger, like fuck off.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing the exact same thing that I'm telling you to do,
Yeah.
I think it's extremely fair.
Also, I feel like even if you're like, imagine like you're like kind of like Liver King. Imagine you're like posting like Dubai trips here,
That's
year,
crazy.
this year. But you're not posting what you actually give out.
Yeah.
Like he's got some like I think he used to get on Instagram, be like talk about like this is why this is good or whatever. But like as while he was like fucking I don't know while he was like in Dubai or something like that, right? You're actually in there. You're in Nando's. You're
Yeah.
in the gym. You're in your house talking to your clients. You're all that stuff, right?
You want to make sure that you're absolutely relatable.
Yeah.
And you want like the client to see, okay, this is what I would get from Rohan if he was my coach.
Yeah, it's good. What type of content do you use? What type of content do you use consume for fun?
Ooh. The content that I consume, that's a really interesting question actually. It's very broad.
Yeah.
So I grew up in the Cutcom era.
Yeah.
So that does mean I still watch FaZe Jeff.
Jeff is like, I don't know, bro. I haven't watched Jeff in so long, bro.
I still watch him and he still does the same videos.
But thing we learn from them, right? You're used to watching them daily.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yes,
And
yes.
you're still watching them daily. It's been years.
Yeah, but and he's been consistent
Yeah,
daily.
exactly.
So
Like-
it shows you, bro,
yeah.
like, Jeff has not deviated from his content.
No.
Motherfucker still has so many people watching.
Yeah.
Fucking, like the UFC videos, the Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
videos, the Call of Duty videos. Like, when I would watch it, I can't believe people still watch this.
Exactly,
And I'm
right?
here watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So...
He's not getting new viewership. I'll tell you that.
No, it's the same
I doubt he's
viewership.
getting. Yeah,
And I think that's the best.
not in an offensive way. So yeah.
No,
yeah,
I think that's the best
yeah.
thing. The fact that he's not getting new viewership, he's then maintained his current viewership.
Yeah.
Bro, the amount of trust Jev has,
Yeah.
he will never like be financially fucked.
No,
in
he
my
won't.
opinion.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, I still consume, like, I don't know, Some Ordinary Gamer. I don't know if you know that guy is.
I've heard of him.
Me Mudaha, like this guy.
You're in like still gaming, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I'm still I don't game anymore.
Yeah,
I'm still a gamer, low key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like in that realm, like the podcast realm, I'm really heavy in.
Yeah.
But also in the fitness realm, like the Christian Guzman, I'll watch like Greg Doucette.
Yeah.
I'll watch people like that. So it's very broad. It will go from gaming to then fitness to then mindsets.
But there's always niches though. You know, it's going around like you don't scroll around being like, oh, that looks cool. That's a good video tire.
No, I don't
it's
have
like
time
you
for
know
that.
what your niche is. You know, if you're on YouTube, you're gonna type it straight away. You're not gonna go just going through the homepage.
Dude, because look, my life, it is like if you look at my Google Calendar, it will give you anxiety.
Quite,
It will give you anxiety.
Yeah.
And like I'm now used to it. That I look at it, I don't get anxiety. I'm like, okay, this one needs to do boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
So when I have my fucking free time, which is realistically maybe 15, 30 minutes when I'm eating food or when I'm taking a shit, like I know for a fact that when I'm doing those things, I'm going to either listen to a podcast, be present with myself, or watch a video just to waste some time.
What does he calls it something? David Goggins calls it. It's like he says similar things like if I'm in my car, that's my rest mode or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's his time to rest. Like little spurts of rest throughout the day.
No, like okay, look, when it comes to hustle culture,
it's a bit too much sometimes, right?
Hey?
Do you think it's a bit too much sometimes? Do you think it's a bit like
100%. I've been there before.
Yeah.
When it comes to hustle culture, I will never forget the days where I would literally take Ritalin, I would take modafinil, I would take like almost a gram of caffeine every single day. I would wake up at 4 a.m, do an ice bath. From ice bath, I would work 12 hours a day. And then I'll be like, oh, I'm doing so much. I'm fucking killing it. I was grinding my teeth because of how stressed I was. I was chasing my tail because I was trying to make money. And I'm just like, for what? Like, did I work hard? Yes. But you need to have that time for rest. And right now in my life, I am working harder than ever. I am like doing 7 days. I'm doing literally like 8-hour days at least every single day. But it's the quality of work that matters and what you do in that break. So for me, I don't like, if I'm not listening to a podcast in the car, I will drive with no music. And I will just like reflect. And I'll be in my own thoughts. When I'm in the gym, that is like my rest. When I'm taking a shower, taking a shit or something, that's my rest. When I'm cooking food or eating food, like I will put all content aside and I will cook food, be present. I'll eat food, I'll sit down and just eat the food on my own and be present. I feel like,
that's good.
I feel really good.
I don't think I have to do it full yet.
Look, it's gonna take time. It's not easy to adjust to at the start. But I think it's important for us as humans to actually be very comfortable in solitude.
You know what? What do you think of like I think you just gotta do it, right? You just gotta do the work. I did a lot of hustle stuff too. I fully went into like videography now, YouTube video tomorrow, gotta work at 5 a.m, all that stuff, right? For a good 3 months. And there's a client that I had to, which is like at the start it's good now, but at the start it's very like stressful, like going back and forth a lot. And it's like that's when I got really big, that's when I got really unhealthy and all that. And you said like body's your foundation, right? I was like, I needed to change that because I was at the gym, but I was getting bigger, but like, you know, because I had vices. That's the thing, I have vices. My eating was my vices, or like fucking. That's honestly that's my only vice. Was my eating, and that's all. But like, that's just interesting. A lot of people like I need to hustle. But the thing is like when you do hustle, sometimes you may have a vice that may set you back even more.
100%.
That's what I mean, right? I think that's what I was on back then.
Now,
but now I'm like eating a bit better. I'm almost not hustling as the same amount, but my quality of like work is more, which I've had better results now than before when I was working harder. But now I'm working hard, but like with better quality of work.
Dude, I think it's a very good point that you brought up when it comes to when you work hard. It's also so easy for you to fall on your face because of a vice. And personally, bro, like I was someone who smoked a lot. Like smoked a lot of like bud. I still smoke, but I had been smoking for like 10 years, right? And every time, like for me to calm down, I would just smoke a joint. And it would get to the point where it would affect me the next day. And I realized, I'm like, what am I working so hard for if I'm falling for a vice that's going to set me back anyway? So it's just going absolutely cold turkey. And I just went cold turkey. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore.
But would you say, in your mind at least, in a stress type of mind, you're working harder, right?
Yes.
At that time, because you're stressed out more, so you think you're working harder. But basically, you are probably working hard, but that quality of work is not where it is now, where you kind of have more calm. You have the gym, you don't smoke anymore. You have like goals in life you just want to reach, right? I think that's very interesting. Last thing, last few things. Where do you see yourself in 2 years?
In 2 years, I'm gonna be 28. 2 years from now, My goal is, as I said at the start of the podcast, was that if I'm gonna do something, I'm doing it to be number one.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to be an option.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it to be
second.
Yeah. I'm doing it to be number one.
Yeah.
So there are two people who I see as absolute competitors.
Yeah.
And one is called Physique Factory.
Okay.
And one is called EBT.
I know EBT.
Evidence-based training, right?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, I love that guy too.
Actually, like, straight out.
I mentioned him in one of my business videos. So actually,
I genuinely feel like my business partner, I legit said this.
Yeah.
He's seen my videos and he actually copies some of my videos. Full on 100%. Because after I started doing that, what is this versus this? Or like, how many calories is this? Motherfucker started making similar videos. And I was like, that's hectic.
Yeah.
The fact that
It's
someone
good,
like
right?
this
Yeah.
is making that, like, I love the fact that he's done that.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, in 2 years' time, I want to be number one.
Yeah.
In the fitness world, if you think of an Australian like online coach, you think of Coach Rohan.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is there any goals to be like content creator, like often like someone that's made has like Bradley Martin or maybe other end like maybe like Chris Williamson or like all that stuff. Yeah. You don't want to reach. You don't want to go like
Bro,
that into it.
My main goal is
just
for
pure
me to remove myself from the brand.
Oh really? Yeah.
So my goal is to build this brand up to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
The figures I have, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say
of
the figures, but the figures I have in mind, like need to get to that.
Yeah.
And then the goal is to then take myself away from the brand,
And then
focus
just
on
rest
being
by itself.
CEO,
Yeah.
then focus on going into other business ventures and getting
Yeah.
off the camera. Why I say that is because this is what I'm thinking right
Yeah.
now. When I have a family, when I have kids, I don't want to be in a restaurant and some guy like saying, "Hey, bro, can I have a photo?" Because like it's really cool and it's beautiful for someone to come up to you.
because they appreciate you.
They
and that, but,
appreciate
like,
you.
Yeah.
But I've just heard so many horror stories of like so many people like just destroying some, like if you're in an
Yeah,
argument
yeah.
or something, they just come in, okay, I get a
Yeah.
photo. Then you have to do it because it's part of the
Because-
brand.
yeah.
They watch your videos. They essentially pay you
Especially
fucking
dinner,
money.
man. Trying to eat your food.
Trying to
yeah,
eat
yeah,
food,
yeah.
So like I feel like you have to give them that respect, but at the same
of course.
time, I also just want to make sure I have that privacy. Because
course, yeah,
dude, I am introverted by heart.
Yeah.
I am so introverted. Like it's I still find it very weird. If I go to Liverpool Westfield, no, not even that. If I go anywhere now,
Yeah.
every single time someone comes up to me,
Yeah.
"You're Coach Rohan. Hi,
Yeah.
nice to meet you."
Yeah.
And it's like I'm like, bro, that's so weird for me.
Yeah,
because
'cause-
like I grew up like in high school, I was alone.
Yeah.
And now anywhere I go, like someone will be like, "Oh, you're Coach Rohan."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." This is
Yeah.
really weird for me, but yeah.
That's me. That's me.
But yeah, nice to meet you. But like,
Yeah.
there will be times where I will genuinely sit in the car,
Yep.
and I'll be like, okay, there is a like 100% probability someone's gonna come up to me today,
Yeah.
and like I'll get anxious,
Don't want to go out.
and I'm like, I don't really want to go out.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I have to go get my groceries.
Yeah,
I'll go
yeah.
get my groceries. Hey, you're Coach Rohan.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yes, I'm Coach Rohan. But then I'm like, I just like shy back into my
Yeah.
like introverted state.
Yeah.
So it's something that I'm trying to get used to, and that's why in my head I'm like, in a couple of years' time, I want to remove myself from the brand.
Yeah.
And just be me, and just be like, just set.
Have you ever been on the other side where you like kind of fanboyed or someone else?
Have I ever fanboyed someone
No, not
else?
fanboy, but like have you on the other side where like, yo, can I get a picture?
I have.
You have?
That I fangirled.
Yeah.
Oh, let me try to think, bro. Who was it? It was Volkanovski.
Oh,
It
really?
was recently.
Recently?
When I saw him at the expo.
I was there too.
I saw.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Did you interview him?
I did.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So Volkanovski for me, like, I low-key was like, holy fuck, that's Alexander Volkanovski right there.
Yeah.
And I shook his hand and I was like, holy fuck. Like, it was so surreal to me. I'm like, fuck, this is Volkanovski.
Yeah.
And that was the most recent, like, experience that I've had.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's also humbling because you're like, this guy is just another human.
He is.
Who's from who's from Wollongong. He's, in my opinion, the greatest UFC fighter in history, and he's from Australia. And I'm right next to him right now. There's no reason why I can't be him.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
There's
It's humbling.
There was a thing when I met him. It was I had this thing like on a finger wrestling, right, for the UFC Ultimate Fingerweight Champion.
That's funny.
Yeah, UFC, right? And he was like there's this thing I caught where I was kind of talking. Obviously, I speak fast. I was kind of just talking, and like this thing where like he kind of started a bit. I saw after the video. I was like, damn, this guy's just a human. Like not only started, but he was like he was talking underneath his breath to me.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was like. I think I was like, I was gonna be like, yeah, I just want to phone us with you. He's like, yeah, let's do it. I thought when you said, I thought like I saw that after. I was like, damn, that very much humanized someone, right?
Humanize someone, yeah.
Yeah. I was
And
like,
that's that relatability, and you probably
Yeah.
like him a little bit more.
Oh, for sure,
Because
yeah.
he's like, he's imperfect
Yeah.
like me.
yeah. And even like when I came through, I was like, I want to phone us, right? He was always down, but like the thing like kind of confusion of like thinking
Oh,
posting
yeah,
was
yeah,
happening. It was like
yeah.
obviously like it was like cool for her, but she was like when he's posting, she was like, damn, this guy like
That's funny.
He's not on like this,
Yeah.
right? It's
Did you
actually-
see Izzy?
I didn't see Izzy. I was on Sunday.
Oh, you guys, bro. I remember
Yeah.
I was because I was with like this team over there.
Yeah.
And I remember all I see, I felt this aura
Yeah.
enter the room. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I look to my left, and I see the big ass guy walk
Really?
through. Like, bro, that's easy,
Bro.
He literally walks like I'm standing here. Bro
Yeah.
got his security guard to move me out of the way to walk through.
That's nuts.
And I'm looking at this guy like that. I low key at that moment I was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck! Like that is an energy and an aura I've
It
never
is.
felt before.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is this, bro? like I have mates who are like extremely wealthy, extremely well off,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
successful, but at the same time, for some reason, seeing him,
Yeah.
I was like so like gravitated. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, because it's like he enters the room. It's kind of very opposite for me. I was actually interviewing someone. He obviously walked behind me. Didn't realize at all.
Yeah,
I just
fair,
kept
fair.
interviewing.
What a funny
But
thing.
he was like, that's kind of funny.
You're probably so into the interview, you didn't
Yeah,
realize
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was
and then in
dumb.
the background, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, it's in the video. I was asking a dumb like sauce question or some shit. Yeah, like I think it's like it just starts to look at your boys progress pictures or something like that. But I had that a lot recently. It's all in video. I had it on when I met Nico.
Who's that?
Nico Milana.
Nah.
He's a big YouTuber. Like I remember inspired by his videos, right? I make a lot of my YouTube videos kind of like alongside his, right? Very much. He's a big guy to me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I met him. I remember I was at the airport, and actually I met him before that. I met him twice. It's all for video.
Mm-hmm.
But I met him again at the airport the second time, but the first time was I snuck into the semi-finals for A-League.
Oh, really?
So and I was in the VIP section. But there's like two VIP sections.
Yeah,
There's like
yeah.
one down here, one up here.
Yeah.
I was down here, balcony over there. I was fucking like bantering with him about. I was trying to prank him, but bantering with him about that. I was calm. Then when I met him like face to face, like right in front of me, I was like, oh, this fucking stuttering and
Wow.
shit.
Yeah.
And like black guy was like fucking like 6'5" or something, 6'4".
Oh,
He's a
shit.
tall dude too. But it didn't matter. It was more like I was just like like, yeah man, your videos inspire me and shit. Like
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
the camera turned on, I was like myself again. It was all banter. But
Right.
like, when I first made that first 10 seconds, it was like, ooh,
Yeah,
you get me.
yeah,
It was like
yeah.
it was interesting. I was like, damn, I've never been taken aback. You see someone on the screen for like years.
And then you see them in person,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's like a weird like thing. You're like, what the fuck? I'm seeing
Yeah.
the guy in my face. I'm
Yeah.
so seeing him on my screen. This is such a weird thing. going
Yeah.
on.
I remember this is actually you know Steve will do it.
Yeah.
He met SQC and he was nervous to meet SQC.
Who's SQC?
It is streamer, like it's Overwatch streamer. You don't think, but Steve's a big fan of him apparently because of Overwatch.
Oh
He's
right.
a big streamer. And he was nervous to meet him. You think
Oh,
Steve's nervous to
wow.
meet a fucking like big Overwatch
Bro,
streamer?
Steve will do it. He's fucking.
He's
doing
huge.
it. Yeah,
yeah.
huge.
But he's like I think he averaged like 70K views online.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, for Steve, it shouldn't really be like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be like
Shouldn't be-
taken
it shouldn't be
aback.
taken aback
That's
by
the thing. We all have like our own, like people who we think we're trying to get to, or like
Yeah.
we think are so cool, and like we think they aren't human.
Yeah,
And when
yeah,
you see them in
yeah.
real life, they're like, damn, they are like
They,
straight
are, they
human.
actually are human.
Yeah.
They literally they're just like me.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's what humbles. Like I'm trying to think who the fuck I met. I met someone. It wasn't just Volkanovski. It was a while ago, and I was like, holy fuck, like. This is so abnormal for me to
Yeah.
realize that. I felt so humanized being like, I
Yeah.
can't, I don't know.
Because you feel human because they're human. You realize they're like, yeah.
And you share a laugh, you share a
Yeah.
memory, and it's like, oh wow.
I told Nico for like a good 6 minutes about like videos and that.
Oh,
And
I just fucking remembered who it was. So, Christian Guzman. No, he's
Oh,
the
the
Alpha
fucking-
League guy.
Yeah. The
So-
bodybuilder, right?
Bodybuilder, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up watching him.
Yeah.
And when I mean like grew up, I mean like he was at that time making videos in his uni dorm room.
Damn.
And like now he's almost a billionaire, by
Yeah.
the way, with one of the biggest gyms in the world.
Yeah.
And like me and my business partner Rami, like we grew up watching him. And I remember I was watching all these videos for like literally 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And he came to Australia. I deliberately flew to Melbourne. I was like, you know what, if he's here,
I'm gonna go see
he
him.
inspired me, I'm gonna go to Melbourne.
Yeah.
I flew to Melbourne and I told him my story. At the time I had a tattoo.
Yeah.
That was a quote that was said by him. It was like proud but never satisfied. I
Nice,
still
nice,
live by
nice.
that.
Yeah, of course,
I just
yeah.
didn't like the
Yeah,
font.
you just
So
want
I got
the-
rid of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'll probably get it on somewhere sometime later, but I just
Yeah.
like the font. And I told him that. And I remember like he literally you've seen these experts. I think I saw the video with Zach Perner. Like
Yeah.
you know how like the anal these people are, where like you only have like maybe 1 or 2 minutes to have the conversation
Yeah.
with the athlete, then fuck off, next person in line. You
Yeah,
know
to
that?
be Zach gave me a good amount of time too, and traded too.
Yeah?
Yeah, Zach gave me a good. Yeah, but I think it was like it's more fun when I'm fucking around with him.
Of
When,
course,
like,
yeah.
I
He
didn't get a
wants
picture.
to, 'cause
Yeah.
You didn't get a picture, right?
I didn't get a picture.
He's
Yeah.
so accustomed to everyone like, hey, you inspire me, let's get a
Yeah,
picture,
yeah,
go.
yeah.
That you did something different, that he's like, I'm interested in this.
That's my one thing in collabs, right? You gotta
Be different.
trade off them. You gotta with Nico. I met him. Biggest question to me. I wasn't interested to meet him. I was there to actually. So he did this thing a while ago, like 2 years ago, where he opened up a restaurant on a train in London. I was like, when I met him, my proposal for my video was I want to open up the same restaurant, kind of franchise it in a Sydney trains.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? Like, if I want to collab with someone, if I want to work with someone, there's got to be, like, low key, there's got to be something for them too.
Yes.
And most of the time,
it's transactional.
And if they're bigger than you guys kind of like can't. Obviously, this one's the case with Nico. But if they are bigger than you and want to work with them properly, it's kind of got to be like they can't take a better, like the bigger, like cut out of it, right? Like you gotta supply. If you want to work with someone, you gotta supply them with something back. And as well, because bro, me having Nico on the title, me meeting Nico proving that's like big enough to me.
It's enough, yeah.
So, but I don't want to like be a fan. Like, oh, thank you, bro. Cool, I'm out. But I want to get like I want to franchise your thing, even if it's like a funny story to him. If it's like a fun story, it's like there's a train, there's a restaurant in the train by my name in Sydney for no reason. Yeah. That's funny to him, right?
Yeah.
So you can't go like even no matter how tiny or big it is, you gotta like kind of give the other person something.
Bro, it's marketing. It's sales.
Yeah.
Everything is transactional and everything is sales.
Yeah.
So now that you've had a conversation like that with Nico, he's now going to remember you as that guy. Instead of that guy, I'll hang out a photo. Yeah. When he sees you again, I guarantee you he'll remember you.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, oh, you're that guy.
He remember me, like, I saw him a week ago at thing, he realized that was me in the airport.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's like shit like that.
So now he'll remember you, and like that could be a network.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you were able to differentiate yourself like that.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, the term, like, everything should be transactional. It's deemed as something very negative. Yeah, but at the same time, hey?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But, like, it's deemed as something negative, right? Oh, it's transactional. But reality, I'm, like, if I'm going to be mates with you or you're going to be mates with me, you're going to provide me value and I'm going to provide you value back. Otherwise, what is the point of this relationship? For example, when I have mates who are extremely successful, and I am genuinely mates with them because I came to them giving them value. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to come to you if I'm not going to give you any value. Like, I'm not going to look up to you. Like for example, there's one mate of mine. Yeah. He made it in this world, and he asked me out for dinner. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, bet, let's go. Yeah, and I made sure, hey?
Yeah, obviously, right?
Yeah, let's go. I made sure that I was like, you know what? This guy, like, I'm so grateful to have his time. Yeah. If he asks me any question, you best believe I'm going to go above and beyond to help this motherfucker. Yeah. And I remember I gave him like a legitimate 2-hour podcast. Yeah. And he was like, bro, I did like so grateful for the fact that you've helped me. Like you've helped me in this world that I didn't know. Yeah. How can I help you back? And then he's like a legitimate like lifelong friend of mine now.
That's good. Yeah.
And because like of that transaction, and we both understand that if a mateship, a friendship is sales. Yeah. I'm now selling myself to you. You're now selling yourself back. Now we're friends. Yeah. Now we're both clients, essentially. That's how I see it. It's kind of fucked. I look at everything as numbers. No, but that's how it is.
Lucky every relationship you have is kind of transactional, right? Even my best friend, like my transaction is, I mean, my business partner with me, but my other stuff that I get from him is like that sense of an escape from reality, maybe, right? Everything's, I mean, like little shit that's transactional. Everything's transactional.
Bro, 100%. Bro. Yeah. Like think about a relationship. Yeah. Like an actual relationship is transactional. That you're able to provide each other with two things, like with something that the other person can't. Yep. As a male and female, you have two different energies, and then as a male, you provide that comfort, that security, that companionship, and as a female, you provide the spirituality, you provide that love, that care. So then that's why it's transactional, and that's why it works as a unity.
Perfect, bro. This was good. I enjoyed this.
I appreciate you being the first person on the podcast, man.
No, I appreciate you coming, man. I understand it's like, will you say yes? Will you say yes?
100%. Yeah, like, I love talking. I love podcasts. Yeah,
it's sick, man.
Yeah, it's grateful, bro.
Sure, run back in the future sometime.
100%, cuz.
Alright, go follow him, everybody. I don't know, it's my first podcast. See how it goes, but yeah, thanks for watching.